Welcome to this special update from Convio. Given what's going on in the economy right now, we thought it would be a great time to talk about what we're seeing in the marketplace and how we believe nonprofits need to be responding to these very difficult economic times. Recently, Giving USA released a wealth of data which explained how fundraising and philanthropy in general was trending from 2007 to 2008. The good news is that the US population is still very philanthropic, giving over $300 billion a year to charities. But the bad news is that in real economic terms, fundraising is down over 5%. And when we actually look at individual donor fundraising, the money that's actually contributed from individuals as opposed to foundations and corporations, that figure is down over 6%. So in this context, Convio wanted to take a bit of a deep dive into what charities should be doing, and we started by looking at our own data from a cohort group of about 400 organizations that we do benchmarking around to try and understand how their numbers are trending. As you might recall, for 2008, overall growth in online fundraising was around 15%, and for the first 3 quarters of the year, the number was 18%. And the fourth quarter, where growth rates really started to plummet, online fundraising was just 3% growth. The good news is that we're very excited to report that in Q1, growth has restarted. Year-over-year growth for Q1 2009 for the same benchmark group was 8%, so a full 5-point growth over Q4. Still not back to its old healthy double-digit levels, but a much healthier number than for Q4. So in the context of declining overall philanthropy but growing online fundraising, the key question for nonprofits is what should we be doing differently? And clearly, with the positive indicators of online fundraising continuing to grow, it's smart to not cut investments in that area and to think about how you can get the most mileage out of your investments, and also whether you are allocated correctly to your online strategies. So the first thing to really think about is, do you have an internet plan in place? Are you using the internet strategically for marketing? And there are a few things in that area that you should be thinking about. One is, do you have a website presence that you're proud of? When a donor visits your website, does it resonate with them? Does it inspire them? Does it encourage them to give? Is it easy for them to give online? We find that even amongst major donors, 86% of them will visit a nonprofit website before making a gift. So having a really solid web presence is absolutely critical. Are you doing everything you can to build an email list? It's critical to be able to have email addresses, to be able to communicate with people and keep them coming back to your website and to keep them engaged with your organization. Once you have an email list, are you being thoughtful with how you're actually communicating? Are you sending messages that actually resonate with donors and that again inspire them? Are you offering appropriate options such that people who want high frequency communications can get them, but people who want a lower frequency communication can get them as well? Are you segmenting your list in order to make your messages as relevant and as personal as possible? In the area of giving, are you making giving opportunities as tangible as possible? Now donors have the opportunities to give at sites like Donors Choose and Kiva, where they can direct their gift to very specific initiatives. Are you able to make giving opportunities to your organization as tangible and as resonant to the donor? Are you empowering your constituents who are really passionate about your organization to be able to market for you and help reach out to family and friends and even perhaps fundraise for you? Are you being thoughtful about how you're using technology and the web to move donors and constituents in general down a relationship pathway where they evolve in the depth of their relationship with you, where the communications they receive are appropriate based upon what they've done with you in the past? So you move away from a one-size-fits-all form of communication to a more tailored form of communication where you're speaking to people based upon what you want them to do next and what they most care about. Outside of online marketing, are you using technology effectively to run your operations? Are you using a donor management system that's intuitive and easy for your staff to access and allows them to be productive by integrating with Outlook and with their iPhone if they have one, for example, as well? Are you using technology that's affordable and allows you to drive a strong return on investment? In these tough economic times, we think it's important to be strategic about your use of technology and strategic about your use of the new media channels. So in closing, my key message to all of you is, while we are living in very difficult economic times, now is the time to be communicating more effectively than ever with your donors. Now is the time to be using technology strategically to advance your mission and to gain efficiencies that you may not have had before. Now is the time to start thinking about whether you're using new media as a channel to access the new generation of donors and to cement relationships with your existing ones.